So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our bars Q&A for people that have learned bars recently, learned bars a long time ago, looking to start bars businesses, or would like to take bars into business. So I'm going to start off with bars questions first. I know that most of the people that are on this call have been doing bars for a while. So I'm just going to ask anyone who has any questions about bars, the bars class, the bars manual, what's available for you after bars, any questions about foundation or any of the other classes, now is your time to ask the questions. And then once we've done that, we're going to go into the bars in business, and Riet is our guest for this evening. She's going to chat about a whole amazing project that she has going on at the moment, taking stress relief and bars into it's an industrial type business, I think. Yeah,
it's a petrochemical plant.
Yeah, nice.
Manufacturing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, so who would like to start?
Can I hop in quickly?
Sure.
Just about there's an updated bars manual. I suppose all our bars facilitators are aware. There's some amazing information that came from the old foundation manual that is now in the bars manual, and it's being translated as well. So it's available in a whole lot of languages very, very soon. So that's pretty exciting.
Cool.
News on the bars front.
Yeah, and also, and on that note, it's actually, if you've done a bars class, it's actually quite useful to repeat the class now and again, so that you can get the updated information and manuals. And when you repeat a bars class, it doesn't matter how long ago you did your first bars class, you will you still receive the 50% discount, which is different to foundation. To get a 50% discount on foundation, you repeat within 12 months, but with bars, you can repeat anytime. So I would suggest that now and again, you do repeat a bars class. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'm just going to go into some general information about bars. Okay, cool. So bars, once you've done one bars class, you are certified internationally to be a Access Consciousness bars practitioner, which means you can run bars for friends, family, and clients. You can charge money if you would like. You can start a bars practice or bars business, and you can go anywhere and run bars for anyone around the world. If you would like to teach bars, to become a bars facilitator, you're required to do 3 bars classes with 3 different facilitators, and then purchase your license, which is $375, I think. If you can nod for me, Rieta, it's either $350 or $375 to buy an annual bars facilitator license.
I'm going to make sure of
Thank you. And then you're required to do an Access Foundation class within 12 months of registering as a bars facilitator and getting your license. Then your bars license fee is an annual fee. You will pay it once a year. And you're also required to do a class every year to maintain your bars facilitator license. And if you have a look on the Access website, there's a whole list of different classes that you can do to maintain your bars facilitator license. One thing that I would like to let you be aware of is the first class that you do after you've got your first bars after you become your bars facilitator for the first time, is to do a foundation class. The following years after that, you can choose from the list. But some of the classes on that list do require a 12-month foundation, which means that you have to have like they call it a current foundation class. So what I suggest is, even if you don't, if you want to do other classes, just keep in mind that doing your foundation class every 12 months allows you to have that 50% discount, and then you can do other classes. So just know that if you don't do a foundation every year, you will lose the discount. So I'd just like you to be aware of that. Then once you've done one bars class, you have the prereqs to do one foundation class. So even if you don't want to be a facilitator, you can still do the foundation class. You only need one bars class to do that. And then once you've done one bars class and one foundation class, you have the prerequisites to do the 3-day body class, which is a 3-day class with, and this at the moment, an overseas facilitator. We don't have a 3-day body process facilitator in South Africa. Thanks, Rieta. Well, it's cheaper than what I said. How does it get better than that? Good news, yay. And to do a 3-day body class, you will receive a manual with 40 to 50 different body processes in it, and you spend 3 days swapping body processes with each other. Body processes are different energies that get run on the body in different locations. And basically the practitioner will follow the energy and ask the body which process it would like to run and where it would like the process to be run, unless it has specified locations, which means that you have, like, for example, one process might require you to run it on the crown or the sacrum or something like that. So that's a 3-day body class. Then you also have, with one bars class, one foundation class, you have the prerequisites to do a choice for possibilities class with the advanced facilitators. The advanced facilitators are Gary Douglas, Dane here, Simone Melissus, Grace Douglas, and Kalpana with an unpronounceable surname.
Raghuraman.
That one. Thank you. And those classes, the 3-day body class is in person, but a choice for possibilities class you can do in person overseas, or you can do that one online. They do live stream it. Also, one of the other classes you can attend with one bars class as a prereq is the Global Foundation class. It's held once a year, and it's when Gary and Dane rewrite the foundation manual, and it's usually held around March to May, somewhere around there. And then there's also a lot of specialty classes: Right Voice for You, Right Riches for You, Right Body for You, Business Done Different, Relationships Done Different. Dane has a lot of specialty classes: Being You, Energetic Synthesis of Being, Symphony of Possibilities. So if you go into the Access website, you can find out, you can look at all the information about all the different types of classes that are available. There's also Talk to the Entities, Talk to the Animals, Conscious Horse, Conscious Rider, and a few other specialties, Pragmatic Psychology. So there's pretty much any area of your life that you would like to get more information on. You will be able to find it on the Access Consciousness website. If you go to specialty classes, you'll see a drop down there with all the information on those classes. And some of them are, and most of them are available online now. So does anybody have any questions so far on what I've just spoken about? Any questions on starting a bars practice? Any questions on bars itself that you'd just like more clarity on? Okay, cool. So then, Rita, I would love for you to chat to us about your project that you're currently working on with the petrochemical company. And if you can just have a chat at, like, how did you come across, how did you get the contact? What did you do to get the project up and running? And what was the requirements? And just all your ideas and what you created, because I saw you printed and created some amazing things to take with you for the training. So if you wouldn't mind starting at the beginning and letting us know how it came about, that would be amazing.
Well, thank you firstly, and for coming on, and please ask me questions if anything pops for anyone. I've been in contact with HR departments for various companies over the past couple of years, and it was sort of like hitting a wall with a lot of them, and I was wondering what else is possible. So was it about March, I was contacted by a company that coordinates these wellness events for blue chips and large corporates. And they actually found my website, and there I have a page with like all the little intro classes that we can offer as bars facilitators. amazing resources available. It's all pre-created. So I gave them 4 options. And one was like the stress relief workshop, which has a manual created already and some course content to play with and all of that. And then the other one was put the fun back in business, like a whole list of possibilities I offered them. And then they chose 2 out of the list, which was the stress relief and then 4 tools to get you happy on. So that is what they chose, just with a short little description. They marketed it as Get Serene sessions, because it's like a whole lot of different suppliers playing together. There was the Get Active people that comes in and do the yoga and the dance classes and all of that. And then it was like vital testing, blood pressure, all those type of things. And then I offered the Get Serene sessions with these 2 that they chose from. So it was really someone finding me on the website. Contacted me, and then it went quiet for like 2 months. I didn't hear anything back. And it just, I was faced with it, no point of view of it has to happen or it doesn't have to happen. And then one day she phoned me and she said, okay, cool, the client is interested and they want these 2 and let's do this thing. And within 2 weeks, it was like set up and good to go. So that's pretty cool. What are we willing to ask for and allow to show up in our lives is, for me, what created these events. And I'm curious to see what it'll create for the future as well, for all of us playing in different spaces and places.
So you've done one so far, is that correct? And you're doing another one this week?
Yeah, I did one on the 3rd of July. I was meant to do another one on Wednesday the 10th, but Secunda is without water for a week, so everyone is working remotely. So we're postponing it to the last week of June for the second session. So the first one was 150 people, so 75 people per 1 hour session, basically, and 4 sessions over the day.
So did you do them like back to back? So did you do one session and then do another one and do another one with the same topic? Or did you do the 2 different ones for the same people?
The way we organized it logistically was the people that was with me for the training would have went to either the yoga or the medical screening. So
Okay.
it was like coordinated and a lot of fine tuning and organizing to get it all, for its place.
Yeah.
And so my sessions was 75 people for an hour.
Okay.
And then they moved on to the yoga and dancing and all of that. And then the next 75 came in. That was the stress relief sessions was in the morning. And then the same thing in the afternoon with the 4 tools to get you happy on. Now, with the security measures and all of that on the plant, I couldn't take in massage beds or zero gravity chairs or anything like that. And that is where the coasters came in. I had little coasters made up with those beautiful Get Happy graphics, all pre-created. You don't have to be a graphic designer. I created a QR code and I'm gifting everyone a half an hour session that they can book if they choose, then to come to my practice and have a session done.
Okay. And what was their response to the workshops?
They loved it. And it was such a diverse group of people. It was from the cleaners and unskilled people right through to management, So it was diverse. It was very engaging. A lot of the people was there because their managers told them to come. And then they went out and was like, wow, I feel so different.
Amazing.
So that's pretty cool, yeah. And also just being in there with the people and what's up in their lives, because some people came in there with family issues and asked questions about that and how can they use the tools for that. So it's also just being the space and allowing them to really ask and be present with the tools. And then I launched a challenge for them to do All of Life Comes to Me with Ease and Joy and Glory until we see each other again at the next session. And then we'll see what their feedback is.
Yeah. Amazing. So
Yeah.
now you've seen a group of people now. Are you going to see the same group of people in the next session? You're just doing a different workshop for them?
No.
Different people next time.
Yeah, it's a total.
Okay.
It's a total of 300 employees. So it was
Okay.
150 on the first one, and then it'll be 150 on the next one. But then also the QR code comes in handy because they get to engage with me in a different way then outside of the work environment.
Okay. Awesome.
So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that leads into something else that can get created from there.
Oh, who knows what that, yeah, who knows
Whatever
what
that will
creates.
be. Okay. And then
Yeah.
were you able to charge for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I quoted them. Hey?
No, carry on.
Yeah, I quoted 350 Rand a head and they went for it. So to me, that is honoring of their business, what they're trying to create, and it's also honoring of me and my time that I spend for them.
No, awesome. Thank you. Because I was asking because you could charge per person or you could charge per session, regardless of how many people show up. So it's good for us all to know that you can charge per person.
Yeah. It's also what does the client require and what are they willing to pay for a session.
Yeah.
I offered them the possibilities of a fixed sum for so many people or per person.
Yeah.
And then the minimum was 50 people per session.
Okay.
And then 75 showed up. So, then, and I also asked them for a 50% deposit to secure their booking.
Yeah.
Just, and that also encouraged them to commit to the sessions and to ensure that the employees show up and all of that.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty interesting that you can go into businesses with the workshops as a start and not bars, because we often think that the only way we can get in is by offering bars to companies.
Yeah.
But actually, it could be the stress relief workshops or the put fund back into business or what's it, more time, more money, more fun, I think. So there's 10 or 12 different workshops that's available to you as a bars facilitator with existing manuals and guides on how to run these workshops. And they're only like 1 to 2 hours each. So it's not like you've got to have a huge amount of content and that you're going to talk all day about something. It's a really great way to get started and an intro for you as a facilitator to start talking to bigger groups of people.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's also having the bars banner with you. So if you don't have the retractable banner, print up a Nord size and just put it up somewhere in the space that you are playing.
Yeah.
People were fascinated with all the bars points, and the money point, of course, was a big one, So one guy asked me, so I have a money button on my head. So it's so cool. And that created so much for everyone else, because then I had them sort of pair up and just run the implant band and showed them where the money button was, and they played with each other that way. So it's amazing. A subtle way of introducing the bars without being like in your face about it.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. And so in this particular company, would they be interested in learning bars as the employees running bars for each other, or is it still too early to see where it's going to go?
Yeah, it's a little bit early to gauge that. As I say, that we had our first session last week. A lot of like for instance, the SHEC manager, which is the safety, health and quality manager, he was super stoked about everything that we spoke about. He was engaged and asked questions, and I printed the coaster with the energy, space and consciousness question on, and he swapped out with everyone so he could take that one home and actually play with that question. Wow. So I'm curious to see what that creates as well. Yeah. And it's a diverse the diverse group of people. It is from, you know, different languages, different backgrounds, different levels within the organization. So next week we are more on the management level, or the next one is more for the managers that couldn't make this session.
Okay.
And I'm curious to see what that will create for us as well.
Yeah.
And also, with it being an international company, you know, how will it encourage other companies in South Africa to choose something different for their employees?
Yeah. Amazing. So if you were to suggest to the BOSS facilitators this evening, although you had put out emails, phone calls to HR managers of different companies, it didn't come back via that email or the phone call, but something did show up because you basically indicated to the universe that you were open for business. So the universe was able to connect all the dots and get the relevant people to you.
Yeah.
So that would be what I would chat about, is that although you may, as BOSS facilitators, would love to take BOSS to business, but I don't have the contacts, or I don't have the right people, or whatever it is, start anyway. Find a way, like do it on LinkedIn, find some HR managers on LinkedIn, or people directors, or there's a lot of different titles that people have in organizations nowadays that are very much involved with the mental health of employees. So do a little bit of research and see what they're called, and then search them on LinkedIn and send a few emails and messages, or messages via LinkedIn or whatever. I've done a lot of messaging on LinkedIn, but like Rita says, she didn't get anything back via direct back from that, but something will come to you because you're putting your feelers out there and, you know, reaching out energetically to whoever's looking for you, and it'll be matched energetically. Not like, it's not a linear thing that it's like, oh, I sent an email, so I'm going to get a response back via email. It's an energy that goes out. And so that's how the universe can connect the dots, because of the energy you're being. And then the energy will match something else.
And a beautiful analogy to me is, as well, you know, if you look at a bamboo forest, all of its growth is underground. It's not visible, and it looks like absolutely nothing is happening. However, that takes 5 years in a bamboo forest case. And then once that first sprout comes up, within a year, you have this massive forest. So never ever negate or go to the space of this is not creating, because we don't know what we're creating. And as Jenny says, it is not linear. It is putting the energy out there and allowing for the universe to move the things around to gift you what you're asking for. So yeah, never give up, never give in, never quit.
Yeah,
is all I can say.
Exactly. And also, if you don't get a response back from someone, it doesn't mean to say it's not working. That's what the mind does. It like shuts it down and goes, oh, I didn't get a response back from my email, and for that LinkedIn and that conversation, whatever, that means it's not going to work. Don't attach meanings to things like that, because the meanings will stop you. You don't need meanings. Just allow it all to go out and be patient. You don't need to wait, because you don't want to be on wait, but be patient and just keep going and keep asking and keep talking and going. If something pings you and says, oh, I wonder if such and such, or, oh, I wonder if I should do something on LinkedIn, follow that awareness, because that is your knowing pinging you saying, hey, here's an energy match. Here is something that could go to, you know, become something. So always follow those pings, even if they don't make sense. And even if you have no idea how it's going to show up or what the outcome is going to be, go with it anyway. Cool.
It's also, you know, the energy that you be, and asking and doing your, or not doing your energy pools, but, you know, when you do ask, what molecules can I turn? What energy can I be here? What is required for whatever to show up? So really playing with the tools. And sometimes we forget, you know, that we have all these amazing tools to play with. And a simple question like, how does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? you know, it creates so much.
Yeah.
Just those very basic tools.
Yeah. Thank you. Beata?
Yes.
Yeah, so for me, thank you, Rita, or Rita, however you spell your name or pronounce. It really starts with you sending out the signal, I'm ready to receive. And that's what happened to you. And it's beautiful. Yeah. Because very often we think, ah, that's not going to work. I don't have the contacts. And all you did was you asked universe, what will it take? So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Because I sometimes get despondent and I think, oh God, all this work. But it's not work. It's actually just an ask.
Yeah.
Not a
And how much fun can
ask.
I have with this?
Yeah.
How much fun can I have with whatever shows up?
Yeah.
And also during the morning setup, you could perceive how some of the other suppliers went into like contraction if things didn't go completely as planned or whatever. And just being a different energy there, and like, how does it get better than this? And
Yeah.
expanding and turning the molecules. I didn't say anything or facilitate them, okay, but things just started rolling once you be the space and you invite other people to it, even if they don't know it themselves.
Yeah. And
Can
then
I
also,
tell?
yeah.
No, it was just interesting. I was in a body talk, the board of the body talk, Saba board. We went into a retreat on the weekend, and I talked about bars in business, and everybody get very excited. And how can we copy that concept? I said, you can't copy it. You have to be it. You have to live it. No? But to actually, so even the Body Talk Association is now saying, oh, we need to get into the businesses because they need us. So I think overall the mental health of staff becomes more and more important for companies. And just taking pills and just sending them to the psychologist, it doesn't help. So,
Yeah.
and this is where but it was so interesting how they got so excited by me telling them about bars in business. And they said, well, how can we copy that? And I said, well, you have to find your own way. You can't, oh, you can, I don't know. Well, I was a bit protective about excess bars. And I said, you can't just jump on the train and say, okay, you plow the way and we just jump on. Because you will see, Rita, as you're going ahead, there will be people who say, can I join you? Can I jump on to that? And why not?
And that is actually quite beautiful. I love that because to me it is also, running 150 taster sessions. Does my schedule allow it? But now I have other practitioners in my area that has trained that might have space in their schedule. So I just pay them whatever their fee is. And how much does that contribute? And if I were being the energy of contribution within this ecosystem of consciousness, what could that create for all of us?
For all of us, yes.
And even if the body talkers are going into business, that is opening all businesses up to consciousness work and stress relief work that is different, the energetic work. So we'll all contribute to each other. Because it'll all ripple out everywhere.
Also consciousness
for me, the
includes
interesting thing was,
right?
For me, the interesting thing was, I mean, the body talkers were part of the wellness days in big companies, especially banks and stuff, for a long, long time. And then it just folded over and it drizzled out. And just by me mentioning bars in business, they were like, yeah. But it has to start with the individual. It has to start with Aretha saying, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah. And here's the other thing is you also don't need to know how.
Yeah.
You've got to watch out for being tripped up by the how. If you go, oh, I'd love to take bars into business, and then the mind's engaged straight away, it's going, and then it starts thinking, right? It's like, oh, how am I going to do this? I don't have this contact. I don't have that. I don't have enough people. I can't run enough bars. I don't know what to say. I'm too shy. I haven't done it before. You'll talk yourself out of it before you've even taken your first action step to actually putting it out there. You don't have to know how it's going to show up. I promise you, you do not have to know how it's going to show up. You just
I
have to
agree.
put the question out there. What will it take for me to meet some people? What will it take for me to be introduced to companies that are looking for me and looking for access? What will it take? And you be in the question, and then that allows the universe to contribute to you because you've asked for it. The how is not your job. The universe will work out the how. The consciousness will work out the how, whatever your language is for that. You don't have to do the how. And that's what stops 99% of people doing anything, is because they don't know how. You don't have to know how.
You're making me hot.
And then
Yeah, so that was a beautiful experience. I loved it. And I'm wondering, does any of our bars practitioners or facilitators have specific questions that I can contribute as well?
Yeah.
No.
So what I'd also put out there is, if you're a bars practitioner, you can go into business and run bars for anyone in business. It's a lot of work, though, to go and run lots of bar sessions for business. So my suggestion to you would be, consider becoming a bars facilitator, because then you can take additional workshops in, and you can also train the employees to run bars for each other in half-day workshops.
Yeah.
So it opens up a whole lot of different resources and possibilities for you as a bars facilitator. So I would, suggest maybe consider that at some point too. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're just happy to do the workshops and be one of the people contributing and running bars for people, then contact a facilitator that is going into businesses, because they will for sure require your assistance. Or if you do manage to get into any business anywhere, then communicate with a bars facilitator and partner with them, and then go into business with a facilitator. So even if you're a practitioner, it doesn't mean to say you can't take bars into business. You can just partner up with someone and go in with someone else.
Yeah. And what are the infinite possibilities that we have not even considered yet?
Yeah.
And that is available now. There's such a huge demand in all areas of life, not just in business, but also if you look at the employees. If there's something up at their home, they bring it to work. And that just became more evident to me, having conversations with people during these sessions as well, is how much one's home life influence how you perform at work as well, and whatever else is up in your life. So what if you consider the contribution you be with that one person and how it ripples out to their whole household and how they show up in the world? That paying it forward graph where one person and then it grows. Can we acknowledge what we be with our choices in all the areas as well?
Yeah, and even the ones that are taking their stress home to their families from work.
Yeah, vice versa. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what a contribution. It's such an honor. I have so much fun, and also engaging with a company that oversees I'm a supplier, obviously. So they coordinate all these events, and having those people come through for a bar session, Rita, I'm in Secunda today for a meeting. Are you free? Can you run my bars? 2 weeks ago, they didn't know what bars was. So what does that create as well?
Yeah. Amazing. Cool. Does anybody have any other questions? So Rita, if you were to suggest anything to the practitioners and facilitators about taking bars into business, what would it be?
Use the tools that you have available. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's so many amazing resources that is all pre-done for you. And how creative can you be with that as well? I could have printed like a little square, simple graphic, but I thought, let me give the people something that they can use, so it costed maybe $10 for a coaster, but that is something that they'll have on their desk every single day. and what could that contribute? Just seeing that question of how does it get any better than this, or
Brilliant.
what else is possible, contribute to then,
Yeah.
you know? So how creative can you be and how much fun can you have? It's important. Have way too much fun.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you very, very much. Really, thank you.
You're also welcome, and
Thank
thank you for all you've been.
I was, sorry, can I say something?
Sure.
Oh, it sounded very, very exciting. And like, you know, you were saying, we talk ourselves out of it. And I'm thinking 150 people, oh, could I ever do that? So the question is, have you ever spoken to so many people at one time, Rita?
I have. I've worked in corporate for a number of years.
Okay.
So I did training
We know the
for
corporate
in
lingo.
the hospitality industry. So I've spoken not to 150, which is maybe the universe was aware. So it divided it for me in half so that it's more manageable. And it's also using our tools, guys. It's really in the foundation. We have all those energy flows we get to play with. So being those energy flows, and I did some research around the right voice for you workshops, and I had some facilitation with some amazing right voice for you facilitators. I booked a session, and wherever I went into the clunk, because it's not something I've done recently of 150 people, I asked for help, and people contributed and facilitated beyond what showed up.
Cool.
Fantastic.
And also,
Awesome.
what?
So that's another question. So let's say I want to do this, right? I've only done the bars and I've done the other two things. But so let's say I want to go into something like that, right? And it's big and it's scary. Could we ask for help from amongst our, our people who are close to us? Let's say in the area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry?
Grab a boss facilitator or
Okay.
a CF, and for sure. The other thing, Fatima, what I remember
Yes.
when I first started Access and started facilitating classes and talking in front of people, because when I was still in corporate, I was actually introducing some of the Access tools to the company I worked for, and they would like put me up as like a motivational speaker type person. Is that when you have Access consciousness material with you, like a workshop manual or a bars manual,
Right.
the class and the manual leads it for you.
Okay.
It's actually really interesting. You don't have to do anything because the workbooks and everything actually contribute and create the class with you. It's actually pretty magical.
Okay. I think because I must admit I haven't read through the book for a long time, and that is probably what we should do.
Yeah, and if you haven't done a bars class for a long time, maybe do a repeat.
Or repeat foundation.
I haven't done foundation.
Foundation for me is the most, and each time you think, have I ever heard this before?
Yeah.
True. You can never do enough foundation classes from my point of view.
No. You can never say, been there, done that, got that t-shirt. You don't have that. You have a t-shirt, but not that one. Yeah.
Totally. Because each class is totally different as well, right?
Yeah.
I heard you say something about a class for a body for you or something like that. What was it?
Sorry, which class?
Was it a body for you or something like that?
Right body for you.
Oh, right. Yeah. What is that all about?
So that is a 3-day class talking about bodies and all your judgments with regards to bodies. We don't have a 3-day, we don't have a right body for you facilitator in South Africa. Rita, are they available online?
I am not 100% sure. What I would do, I recommend is send an email to customer service at accessconsciousness.com.
Yeah.
They'll be able to direct you to whoever is playing in that space and give you the
Okay.
correct information.
Yeah.
Or
And-
we can find out and ping it as
Yeah.
well.
You can look for the
I-
class on the website as well. So if you put it into the menu and then just say Right Body for You, it'll bring up all the classes that have been scheduled with the different facilitators, and it'll tell you whether it's available online or not on the class.
And the
info.
cost of it, the cost as
It'll
well.
all be there, yeah. I don't know what the
Okay.
price is for that.
And what was the other one there was the Right Body for You, and there was something else you mentioned, and I forgot.
There's a lot.
I think,
So Rita put a list of them in the chat. If you have a look in the chat, she put in a
Yeah.
whole list of them, the specialties.
okay, all
Yeah.
right.
So if you just
Thank
copy
you.
it from the chat,
Yeah.
that gives you all the information.
Okay, it's good to have these meetings because we always need reminders. I know I do.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of information with Access. It's like you'll be surprised. You'll go to 3 different BOS classes and you're going, I don't remember learning that, or I don't remember reading that in the manual, or that facilitator didn't talk about this. It's just because there
That's
is
actually
a
so
lot of
interesting.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because now if you think about it, you change in every
Yeah.
10 seconds, whether you're willing to acknowledge it or not. So, and although the course material is the same, you
Yeah.
receive it differently.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even if you
Yes.
listen to clearings or like if you listen to an online class or whatever, you hear it differently. As you
Yes,
change,
yeah.
the course material changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can a person do MTBS on yourself
Yes.
Yeah.
anytime?
Yeah. You can run bars on yourself and you can run
Yeah.
body processes on yourself. So bars and body processes are all hands-on. They're going to be on the body
Okay.
directly. It's not you can't do them remotely, but you can do them on yourself. Body processes you can also
Okay.
do on animals.
All right.
Animals don't have.
And the other one was the lymph drainage.
It's a body process.
Yeah. Sorry, you broke up for a while there. Now.
So
I couldn't hear you.
The lymphatic process, it's a body process. You can learn it in a half-day class, or you can learn it as part of a 3-day body class.
I did that. I did that with Fazlin. I did that, and the
Okay.
MTBS is with Fazlin.
Okay, cool.
Can I just chime in there as well? So body processes are
Oh, I see.
beautiful running it
Mm.
on
Yeah.
ourselves. And then also it is so much more dynamic if we have someone else touch our bodies and running the process.
Mm.
So just be aware of that.
Okay.
It's beautiful
Okay, thank you
doing
so
it on
much.
ourselves.
It was very interesting.
Cool.
And thanks for the encouragement.
You've
Cool.
got this, girl.
Cool. Are there any more
Cool.
questions? Yeah, awesome. Rita, thank you so much.
Mm.
And
Thank
I'm
you,
going to
Jenny.
put the recording of this in the BARS Telegram group as well, the BARS in Business Telegram group, because I think this will be a great contribution to BARS in Business around the world.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
So much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Have
Thanks,
a beautiful
everyone.
evening, everyone.
Night.
Thank
Stay
you.
warm.
And
I'll
if
have to
you've got
watch the
any
replay.
questions, just ping us. Sorry, Carrie.
I did that.
I said, sorry, I missed it. I was a half an hour
No worries.
delayed.
You can catch the
I'll watch the
recording. It's
replay.
worthwhile watching the recording, just saying.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Any
Bye-bye.
questions, let us know. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Ciao.
you. Bye.
Thank you.